please help. They done took my song. Look, this agent took my song, told me so. I hear money. I like this song. They signed my song. They ain't get no money. I ain't heard nothing from them. Okay, well, calm down. Okay, because look. I haven't heard the master version of your song, but you mastered in my ear right now. You too loud. Anyway. Okay, so the sync agent got your song. How long it's been signed to him? They had my song for 3 weeks. They ain't do nothing with it. To my song, I hear money. They ain't do nothing with that. Okay, hold up. Okay, look, now. Okay, you getting on my nerves. Okay, because look, a sync agent. Look, is you sync agent hopping? We're going to talk about this episode. Because first of all, and all of the first, look, when you out here signing your song to a deal with a sync agent, just know that it's a contract for representation and not a free trial period. Ew. Term don't mean you can terminate your agreement whenever you feel like it. Okay, let's go.
When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
What you say now?
When you talk money, I can hear you. You ain't got money, that's cold blood. When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
I coulda let a bill collector, finance director, like the banks ain't lending out dough. When you ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't hit on my.
Hey. Bubble on deck. Yeah. I'm your host, Tamara Bubble. Yeah. Look, I'm the one that's about to run. Look, I'm about to have you out here running up on that financial freedom. Yeah. I'm the one about to run you up on some sync superstardom. Why you indie? Yeah. Love it. Anyway. Could we talk about the sponsor? Because look, the sponsor like to talk. The sponsor for this episode is the Sync Superstar Academy. And look, we finna to get into these deals and these deal terms. Look, the whole episode, we ain't doing nothing but talking about the term and the termination. Because look, you didn't know what you signed, or you knew better and you just thought you could wiggle your way out. But anyway, you grown. We finna talk adult this. Look, we finna get adult this episode, okay? Leave your 15-year-old self over there. Anyway, the sponsor for this episode is the Sync Superstar Academy. Yeah. And the sponsored products for this episode, look, I don't do nothing but solution. I don't do nothing but give you solutions. Anyway, we're going to talk about more about this solution, but I'm going to give it to you right now because you deserve it. And you feeling stuck. And I'm just trying to let you know, I'm going to help you out this episode. I got you. Look, we're going to get up out. That's the goal. We're trying to get up out of these contracts this episode. Anyway, the sponsored product for this episode is a sync agent representation. It's a template, all right? Sync agency representation tracking template. So we're going to talk a little bit later about it. But that's the sponsored product. Oh, you know what else? Look, real quick. Can we sidebar? I like to celebrate. Well, I don't really. But anyway, Uncle Sam's birthday is today, ain't it? Look, his birthday was over the weekend. So Uncle Sam was like, okay, hold up. Y'all can hold your money over the weekend, but don't think it's yours because I need my money. I think you need to give him your money, his birthday money, either today or tomorrow. Okay, deadline approaching. Or he gonna start taxing you more. Yeah, go ahead and pay that man his money. Look, I'm mentioning this in the sponsored area because first of all, if you had got my book, Sync Biz Tax Deductions, you could have saved some of that money. But you like to give your money away. So it's good. Look, go ahead and celebrate his birthday. Send him all your money. Look, if you like to give out money, you can go ahead and send me my Cash App. Send me something. Anyway, I ain't even going to get my Cash App because Uncle Sam want all your money right now. This week, give him all your money. Anyway. Could we talk about the reasons for this podcast? Well, wait, hold up. Let me back up. Let me do it in order. Everything should be done decently and in order. Now, we done talked about the host. We done talked about the sponsor. I want to talk about the time that it is right now, because I know this week is Uncle Sam's birthday. Right now, but Skin 30 birthday. Right now, it's subscribey time. Yeah. Okay, so you got to do this just one time only. Go ahead and leave me that 5-star review like you know what to do. And I know you know what to do because I've been telling you every episode. So we ain't going to harp on that. You just do that one time for the podcast. Throw that 5-star review at me real quick on your favorite platform. Anyway. And then come through like it's subscribe-y time because it is. Subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that beautiful stuff for this podcast. Like share it with an artist that's stuck in a contract. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, help the people that need the help. And you ain't got to even teach them. You just got to share it. You just got to tell them, look, I heard you was stuck over there. If you stuck like Chuck, go ahead and press play. Because, like, you don't need to be crying in my ear. Look, if they're crying in your ear, tell them go listen to the episode. Come up out of my ear with that noise. Anyway, because you signed it. We're going to get into it. I'm sorry. I don't want to jump ahead. We're going to talk about it. But anyway, look, if they stuck after you finish subscribing, after you finish becoming a subscriber, tell them to come listen to this episode. And then, look, tell them to pay attention to this disclaimer, because the disclaimer coming up, because we talking contracts this episode. So you know I'm giving a disclaimer this episode. But first, I want to tell you why I created this podcast. I created the podcast for you. Look, I created the podcast because you stuck. Look, I created the podcast because you out here making mistakes that could be killing your whole music career. I created the podcast with 4 goals in mind. Let's get into them, shall we? Look. The first goal is to save you money in your sync business. Now, it's Uncle Sam's birthday this week, so you ain't saving no money this week. Uncle Sam want his money. Like, he done gave you 4 months. He said give him his money or else. He threatening after tomorrow. Anyway, the next goal, right, is to make you more money in your music licensing. More money in your music licensing. And I'm trying to tell you now. We're going to talk about it later in the episode, but I hear money for you. But not when you agent hopping. Not when you running up and jumping up out of contracts like you do, like you an acrobat, okay? Like you a rubber band, okay? Like you a boomerang, okay? You need to relax. You out here hopping. And it don't make no sense. And you getting mad at agents when you ain't even letting them work. But look, I'm doing it too early. Anyway, that was the second goal. The third goal is to transform your mindset. This episode, it ain't really a mindset episode. Look, we talking about the fundamentals. We're going to be talking about reading and writing and understanding and following directions. And look, not breaching contracts, staying within them terms. Okay, look, you an adult. You signed it. Anyway, the fourth goal is to activate your superstar. Because look, if you out here superstarring, you ain't going to be out here whining and complaining and telling me, Bubble, help, I'm stuck in an agreement. You going to know what you signed. You going to know what you doing. You going to be moving like a superstar. Okay, now, let's talk about the disclaimer. The disclaimer just says that this podcast, every single episode in this podcast is full of my personal opinions. Look, we're going to be talking about a contract. I'm going to be going over terms and deal terms and stuff later on in the episode. But I need you to know that I'm not your lawyer. Look, go talk to your lawyer. Bubble gonna help, but Bubble just giving free advice. This is just free game, okay? I'm not giving you. Look, I'm telling you to pay Uncle Sam, but that's not professional tax advice. You got to see a lawyer. You got to see your own accountant about this stuff. Bubble just gonna drop the gems and tell you to watch the episode. Okay.
When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
What you say now? Hey. You ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't hit on my. I keep it moving like the tax collector, like the credit checker, let the whole world pay full price. Then if you ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't share that price.
Okay, now look, can we talk about that word term? Matter of fact, can we talk about the word terminate? Okay, hold up, because first of all, you need to relax. Look, that was an old movie, and you was not the Terminator. Okay, anyway, I need you to pipe down this episode. Just pay attention, because we finna talk about what you signed, what you did, what you had said. Could we talk about the fact that, look, you a whole adult out here. First of all, the main difference between a child and an adult, could we just break it down? I like to break it down and then work my way up. Anyway, the main difference between a child and an adult is responsibility, accountability. Look, everybody could be immature, but the big difference is that by the time you come an adult, you're supposed to be knowing what life is about. And you know life be life, and things be going maybe not your way all the time. But when you sign things, look, you the one took the agreement and said, yes, I reviewed it with my lawyer, and ooh, you the one put your John Hancock down on the paper. Look, you done scribbledy-dibbled. Okay, that was your ink. That was your name down there. And you know what you said? You said, I agree. Matter of fact, you said, I agree to every single word on this paper. Look, it don't matter how many pages. I'm down with it. That's what you did. That's what you had did. Okay, as an adult. Okay, so could we just talk about the fact that you did that? So anyway, now that you out here adulting and you signing agreements, look, first of all, it could be worse. I'm just gonna tell you, look, when you sign an agreement in sync, Now, depending on who you sign with, look, I didn't read your agreement. And I need to say that too. I need to do a double disclaimer this episode because we're talking contracts. And I need you to know that the advice, the gems, the free sync game that I'm going to get this episode, it applies generally. Okay, I don't know what you signed. I don't know how bad of a deal you did. Okay, I don't know what you did over there. Okay, all I can do is say in general. Okay, what should be going down? What's normal? Okay, when things get a little abnormal, I need you to bounce. Okay, because that's probably not the right agent you should be signing with. But anyway, you feeling stuck. You feel like they duped you, right? They tricked you. That's what you said. According to you. They done tricked you. They done told you they hear money. They done had you sign them papers. And now they got your song and you stuck and they won't give you your song back. And you just trying to run out here and get some money in the sync game. But I'm just trying to tell you first. I want to talk about the solutions. But first, before I come through with the solution, I got to tell you the problem. Okay. So the first problem is that you signed that agreement and it's legally binding. Okay. Second problem. Well, it's not a problem. But the thing that I want you to pay attention to before we get to the solution is that it could be way worse. I keep trying to tell y'all sync is the best thing ever for the indie unsigned artists. It's just amazing. But anyway, let's say you sign this little sync agreement, right? You sign this little representation agreement. First of all, was it for your whole catalog? Probably not. Okay, look, let me tell you where it could be worse. You could be on a label. Ew. Anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because you upset that you got a song or two. You got a couple of songs. You might have a catalog. I don't know. I don't know what you signed, like I said. But let's say you signed a song or two. Your favorite song you want, right? They didn't place it. You gave them 3 weeks. Anyway, we're going to get into that later. You signed this contract, but you're not on no label deal. Imagine if you had signed a label deal and changed your mind in 3 weeks. First of all, they would have laughed at you. Okay, they would have slammed the door in your face. Anyway, when you sign to a label, they don't just control the song. Look, they take ownership of that masters all throughout the whole entire length of the agreement. First of all, I don't even know if label deals have a deal term like that. This contract will expire after this number of years. Labels is so sneaky. Yeah. Ew. Anyway, labels is so sneaky. They gonna sign you to like projects. So they gonna sign you to a single. They gonna sign you to an EP deal. They don't really do that. This is what they really do. They gonna sign you to a 5 or 7 album deal. Yeah. So you just like gonna grow old with them. Matter of fact, they ain't gonna just control the song. They gonna control the albums. Look, they gonna control the shelf. Look, have you heard? You think you stuck? You just got a little song. You can go out here and make another song. Go give it to another agent. Look, pretend like that song don't even exist until you can get it off that agreement. But anyway, look, you with a label. They got your name. They got your likeness. Look, they done stole your birthday. They done took your favorite shirt away. You can't even release music for free. You can't even drop a snippet online. They can pull it. You got no control. Okay. Ew. Anyway, it could be worse. I'm just trying to tell you, sync ain't that bad if you signed a reasonable agreement. Okay. Now, another thing before we get into these solutions, I just want to talk to you real quick about agreements. Like, so let's put sync to the side. Let's move music to the side. Could we talk like just a rent agreement? Could we talk just a regular lease agreement? Okay. Look, could we talk, I don't know, like just a car finance agreement? But I want to stick to like just a term. And let's stay with rent. Let's stay with rent because that's the easiest like metaphor or example that I could give, right? So we talking rent, right? You got your little apartment. You got a little apartment. You done turned an adult. You out here adulting out here. You got your little job. You got your little apartment. You out here renting. You out here signing lease agreements. You out here signing contracts. You adulting and whatnot. Anyway, you got that contract. You was living there 3 weeks. You don't like all them. I don't know what the problem is with your apartment. Look, you don't like the neighbors. Look, you don't like how the grass grow. Look, you don't like They ain't got enough parking spaces for your party. Look, you need enough parking. You need some street park. I don't know where you live. I'm just saying you don't like nothing about that place, and you done signed that agreement. And now 3 weeks in, you want out. You signed a 1 year lease, huh? That's usually what people be signing. If you want to sign a shorter term, you probably paying even more. Okay, look. I don't even think you can really sign a shorter term. First of all, they done ran your credit. They done locked you in. Duh, you out here adulting and whatnot. You out here saying, I'm going to pay. I want to live here. Okay, you done filled out all that paperwork. You done did all that admin. Okay, you locked in for the next year. You think 3 weeks later you could come through and be like, I don't like this place no more. I saw a roach or two. I want to go. Let me out. Ew, I don't want to live here. You could do that. But you think they're going to let you out? You think they're going to let you go? You think they're going to let you forget about your responsibility? That what you told them that you had promised them? Look, they done pushed other clients away to take you in. Now you want to bounce when now they ain't got nobody paying that rent and now that lot is vacant, that apartment is vacant. You think it's that easy? Could we just talk about that? Okay, because I know you can relate to that, right? Okay, maybe you can't relate to that. I don't know. What I do know is that when you sign a contract, you bound for the term of the agreement. Now, what I want to go over is let's talk common, because this is what you're going to typically see in a sync agent agreement. All right. There's 4 things. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm gonna peek down at my notes and make sure I don't forget nothing. All right. So look, common deal terms in a contract, and then we're going to get to the solution, because I ain't going to be here all day. Look, I got a lot to do today. Anyway. First thing that's common, the term or the length of your agreement with a sync agent is generally 1 year. Look, if you were signed to a label, I done told you. If you were signed to a label, they would have you locked for 5 albums, however long it take. If it take you 30 years to make your 5 albums, you still on that deal. Okay, they don't say, oh, in a 1 year, if you don't like this label and all the money that we done put into you, you can go. They don't do that. Look at Sync. Sync just say, okay, you don't want to give them your whole catalog? Okay, just give them a song or two. Okay, you want to just stay for a year and go? Okay, go ahead, girl. Do what you got to do. Okay, fella, you want to go? Go ahead and do it. But look, you gonna do that year. Okay, go ahead and be an adult and do that year. Because first of all, while you stuck on that agency agreement that you feeling like you stuck on. Okay, we're going to get into the solution. Not right now. Just know that 1 year, right, is pretty standard. Look, I'm going to be a little lenient because some agents do have agreements, but they be signing people to 2 years. I don't really like that because I feel like a lot could happen in 2 years. I could get hit by a bus. I could have 2 kids. Look, a lot could happen in 2 years. But 1 year, you close your eyes good. Look, it's already 2023. Look, it's already April. Just yesterday, it was January. It's already April. 1 year will go by real quick. Look, that's just one Christmas. That's just one Thanksgiving. Look, one Memorial Day. Okay, anyway. Okay, 1 year, maybe 2 years max. First of all, and all of the first, you don't need a lawyer to tell you this. Bubble gonna let you know this now. But just know that this is a disclaimer. This ain't professional legal advice. But anyway, look, if the contract, I need you to read it. That's the first thing. Okay, because that's a big problem. You out here signing stuff you didn't read. But anyway, if the contract is over 2 years, honestly, if it's over 1 year and you don't want to be there, good. Don't sign it. Look, you grown. Anyway, if it's over 2 years, that's abnormal. Okay, don't do that deal. Okay, this is Sync. Okay, you independent. Don't you be out here marrying nobody for 20 years and letting them hold your song for 20 years. And you don't even know how they operate yet. Anyway. Okay, so let's say we talked about the year term, right? So 1 year, 2 years max. Anything longer is abnormal. What else is pretty typical in Sync is the phrase auto renew. And earlier in this episode, you heard me say this. Term don't mean you can terminate whenever you feel like it. Look, I don't want you to think that because you signed a 1 year agreement, when the 1 year is up, your contract is up. Look, Sync ain't a raggedy label deal, but it's still a business. Ew. So anyway, most agreements, if you see it in your contract, I want you to know what it means. If you see auto Okay, that's something that's going to happen automatically. All right. If they say auto renew, that means your contract going to keep running past the year. That means that when the year roll around, poop, we still doing business. The contract don't just stop, because first of all, ain't nobody got time to keep trying to find you every year on the anniversary date and tell you, hey, you want to keep going? No, they just put it in the contract to let it keep going until either party, either you, the artist, or the agent, wants to terminate. All right. So now it might have auto renew in there. Okay. You should be expecting that until you cancel this agreement, it's going to keep running. It don't matter what the term was, whether it was 6 months, whether it was 2 years, whether it was 3 years, whether it was 30 years. When it roll around and it's time to expire, it's not just going to end. They're not going to just say, the 1 year is over. Here's your song back. All right. So just know that. Now, the next thing you need to know, and this is very important. Look, we're going to get to the solution. But right now, you need to know about we done talked about the deal term, the length, right? We talked about this auto renew. The next thing you need to know about is the notification window. Now, in most agreements, I just told you, most of them going to auto renew. Now, it don't cancel. It won't terminate. You still stuck, right? That's the way you put it. You still stuck unless you elect to terminate the agreement. And it's usually during a notification window. So that means, I just to give you, for example, for goodness sake, right? It's a 1 year term. If you want to terminate your agreement, you have to give notice within two months notice, right? So if your contract terminates December 31st, you got to let FGS know before November 1st. Give a full 60 days. Hey, I know this contract about to renew in a couple of months, but I don't want to stay here. Look, I don't want to be on your agent roster no more. Give me my song back. Look, you got to say that within the notification window. It's different for each contract. I'm just giving you an example. Sometimes it may be 2 months. Sometimes it may be 3 months. Sometimes it may be 6 months. Sometimes it may be 30 days. You got to read your contract. I don't know what your contracts say. Okay. So I can only give you general sync game anyway. And the last thing you got to pay attention to is the method of notification, right? So now, the contract gonna auto renew unless you stop it, right? There may be a window of notification because look, if you let that time roll around, say it's a 1 year agreement, and you wait till the day before the anniversary. Look, you wait till the contract, the year done rolled around. Is 1 day left. Tomorrow will be the end of that agreement, and it's gonna keep renewing. Even if you notify them, you're not gonna hit them up the day before and say, I want out of this contract. Go ahead and drop it. First of all, they might have been in the midst of pitching things, sending things off. Look, they done been working your song. First of all, I hope you gave them more than 3 weeks. But anyway, if you gave them a year, they might be working your song, and they might need that notice in order to start removing things that they have done. Okay, look. There's some admin work that got to be done when you pull your song. And that's why I said first of all, you don't need to be just running around, hopping around different agents anyway. Because all you're doing is filling out paperwork and ain't getting no money. You ain't hearing no money. Now, the notification window is the period of time that you need to give notice to the agency that you don't want to renew. All right. And then the method of notification is also going to be in the agreement. Look, if you stuck, it's because you ain't following one of these 4 things. These are common deal terms. All right. So now, if the method of notification is usually professional, I done told you we out here adulting. Okay. Now, the contract is probably going to say either email, or I doubt it said call. They usually have to give written notice. Okay. Anytime there's a contract, there has to be something in writing to get rid of the contract. Okay. So you're not gonna be able to call the day before the anniversary date and say, I want out my contract. They're gonna click on you. Okay. You finna get hung up on. Okay. You finna get laughed at. Okay. Anyway. And your contract gonna still be running. You're gonna still be stuck. But anyway. All right. So the method of notification, if they tell you to email, they usually leave the contact email they want you to use. Do not DM. Okay, look. We out here adulting. Okay, you done signed a legally binding contract. You're not finna send no DM. You're not finna send me no Facebook message talking about I want to in my contract. I want my song back. I'm not even gonna check that. First of all, my DMs be flooded. Okay, I'm telling you now. If you sending those messages, they in outer space somewhere. Okay, I don't see those messages. Okay, it's too many of those things. Anyway. All right. Follow the proper notification. You got to look at your contract. Now, most of y'all got more than one song. Most of y'all got, look, y'all got catalog. You independent. You got catalog. So now, I'm trying to tell you now, you independent with all this catalog, you're going to need to manage all these agreements. Because remember, you ain't got to sign your whole catalog to one agent. So you probably got 4 or 5 agents. You probably got 6 or 7 songs signed over here, with different term dates, with different sign dates, with different renewal periods, with different notification windows, with different contacts. So you need to keep track of that. And the solution, look, I done told you, I don't do nothing but create solutions. Okay, in the Sync Superstar Academy, visit syncsuperstar.com. Look, it's just a template download. It is a tracking worksheet. So you can track all these songs you've been signing and moving around with notification windows and different deal terms. Okay, so you know when stuff is ending. You know when to reach out and terminate. You know when to, you got to be on top of you trying to superstar. Go ahead and get on top of your game. Stop sitting out here like, I don't remember when I signed that one. I don't know if that one. Look, you can't be out here signing a song and don't even know when it ends. Look, what is you doing? Anyway, there's some other solutions. That's the ultimate solution. Like, regardless of whether you terminate your agreement or not, regardless of whether you give your agent 3 or 4 days. Like, first of all, stop calling these agents up after you done let them hold the song. You done signed an agreement and they ain't been pitching nothing but 2 weeks. And now you talking about, I want my song back. Look, this is not a probate. Look, Sync agency representation is real business. This ain't no game where it's like, I can just hop around and every 2 weeks, if they don't get me at placement, I'm going to the next agent. If they don't get me, you just hopping around. Nobody going to build with your catalog. Nobody's going to get your music out to their contacts because you jumping ship too early. So that's one thing. But the next thing is, look, keep track of your stuff. But now if you want out, I'm not saying you can't go. I'm just saying, look, be smart about it. All right. You want out. First of all, don't come with no attitude. Look, first of all, read your contract to see if you can get out, to see when you can get out. Okay. Put them details in this Sync agency representation tracking template. I'm trying to tell you now so that you can look, you know what else you need to do? You need to put reminders in your cell phone. Look, first of all, when the notification window hit, because I remember this, I started doing this. I'll give you an example. I wanted to leave one of the PROs and hop up over and join another one. Okay. I don't name drop. So I ain't going to say who and what I did. But anyway, just know I want it out. Right. And they got some long terms. It's like 5 years or something. They got some funny terms. Anyway, you got to hit this notification window at the last quarter of the year. And you got to tell them I want out, and you got to do some stuff. So you know what I did? And I do it a lot for a lot of contracts and things that I want out of. Okay. I read the agreement first. This is the solution. Okay. Pay attention. All right. Read the agreement first. Look, put the information down in your tracking template, right? That's what you can do. Now, when I wanted out of this agreement, I put an alarm in my phone. Look, I set an appointment. I done made an appointment to get up out of this contract. I'm not going to miss the day. Okay. I done put an alarm notification. I done told myself, here is a 1 week reminder. Here's a 1 day reminder. You can set look, you can do what you want to with your celly. Go ahead and pull that celly out. Look, it's a smartphone. Okay. A long pencil is better than a short memory. And I'm trying to tell you, a smartphone is smarter than them both. Anyway. Okay. Look. Put a reminder in so that you don't forget. Look, tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm fitting to cancel this agreement in business hours. During business, I'm about to be all a professional. I'm about to be a whole superstar out here. Look here. Hello. Now, get the typing. Hello. Good morning. This is how you like to be notified. I want you to know I want out your contract. And I've read the agreement, and it looks like that my deal is supposed to end in about a couple weeks. And I only have to give you 1 week notice. So here we are. Look, consider you notified. Look, consider me following the rules. Here we are. I ain't breaching the contract. I just want out. Okay. So that's what you got to do. You want a superstar, you got to be on super control. You got to know when your stuff ends. Excuse me. I just sounded like Mike Tyson right there. You got to know when your stuff ends. You have to know when your stuff ends. When your contract is up, you got to be on top of that. You got to keep track of that. So you ain't out here stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck because you didn't pay attention to that agreement. And now you expecting somebody, okay, here's another little ghetto solution you could try. You can reach out, not having read the agreement, give a little attitude and just be on some, I want out of my agreement. Can you let me out? And then when they say no, you be mad. That because you didn't pay no attention to your contract. Okay. You didn't follow the rules. Now you out here looking for a favor. Oh, now you want me to let you out early. No, it already renewed. You got another year to go. Or however long the term was. Because if the term was 2 years, you got another 2 years to go. Okay. So I'm just trying to tell you, either you're going to get organized or you're going to get played. You're going to be elf on the shelf. Okay. You finna be stuck like Chuck. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, you want out? I want to give you a solution. But you playing games. I need for you to get serious, get organized, get that template, and look, notify these people on time. I'm out here giving you notification. I want out my agreement. I want my songs back. Okay? Now, just a little advice. This ain't no solution. I advise you to give these agents enough time to pitch your music. Because they won't always do it in the first term. But you grown, you can do what you want to. Go ahead and hop around, but make sure you following the terms of your agreement. Okay. Bubble on deck.
Look, if you're broke, don't talk to me. I said if you're broke, you can't talk to me. Hey. I only hear money.